Hi, I'm Katie Grote, and I'm here at the new Morton Middle School in Vandalia, Ohio, to teach some of the teachers how to use some of their new technology in the classroom. I'm going to start off by showing them some of the basic tools that their interactive whiteboard can be used for. Okay, so today I have with me Mr. Harrison, and I'm going to be showing him how to use Smart Notebook. So we'll double click on it on the desktop. There's the pen that you'll need. Across the top here, you'll see some of the tools that you can use that we'll be working with, but some of the more basic tools are located over here on the side. If you click those double arrows, it'll pop out and you'll have the pens and an eraser, and we'll use some of that in just a second. Actually, let's just go ahead and select a pen so that you can see how to write on the board and see how easy it is. So just go ahead and write. Okay. All right, so let's say you want to change the color of your pen. You can do that by clicking on this pen up here, and then there's some more color options that you can use. Okay, if you also just want to try something fun, some of the kids like this, if you click on this, it's a spray paint, and then there's just some smiley faces and stars, just some different colors and fun things to play with.
Cool.
Okay, so let's erase that. You can get the eraser from over here or up top, but we'll click on this. There's 3 choices that you can pick from. There's a smaller one, and then a medium size, and a larger size. We're on the large size one, so it'll erase it a lot quicker. Okay. All right, so let's get a pen again, any color you want. All right, now let's write a question. Okay. All right. So let's write a question that you could ask your students. So any question you want to write that you could give them just maybe to start class. Oh, that's okay, you just click the...
Erase that and start
Okay.
right here, right?
Yeah. You're clicking the pin on the...
Sorry about that. All right.
Okay.
Blue.
Blue? Okay. You're on it.
Who was the first president?
Okay. Okay, so your question, who was the first president? Let's say you wanted to move it down to the bottom or move it higher so you could fit some more stuff on there. If you click the arrow icon over here and you just click right in the middle on there, it'll have a dotted outline, and then you can click and drag it across the screen wherever you want to put
That's
it.
really cool.
Okay? All right, so while it's on this, I want to show you another tool that you can use, and it's called word recognition. So if you click on this arrow that's going to appear in the upper right-hand corner, it'll say recognize handwriting. So when you click on that, it turns it into a font or a text that you can actually create on the computer. So this looks as if you would just type this on the computer, but you actually wrote it on the board.
Cool.
Okay? So you can edit that on the computer, or you can edit it on the board. So let's do another option of shapes, where you can actually do a cool thing that I used to do with a reveal and hide the answer. So if you click on this icon right here, and you can select different shapes that you can put on the board. Okay, so what you can do with these shapes is once we put the answer on, you can actually use one of these shapes to cover the answer. And then, so that when the students come in, they can't see the answer right away. They have to actually answer the question. So let's answer the question. So let's pick another pen, maybe do it in a different color. Okay, so answer that. Okay, so if you want to turn that into text recognition again, you would click on the arrow. There you go, and then the little dot, and then recognize Washington. So that
Cool.
way, there it is in the text again. Okay, so you drew some of these shapes. We can get another shape and make it big enough to cover your answer. So usually I would pick like a square or rectangle. Okay? So now that's drawn around it. You can still see it, so we have to fill it in. So you need to choose the color tool. And then over here, a bunch of different colors will pop up that you can choose from. And then whatever you want to color, whichever shape you want to color in, you just click the pin on it. Okay, so if you want to make it any other color, if you
So I can do
don't
this
like,
one.
right, purple. If you don't want it to be red and you want it to be something else, you can just click on it and it'll change it.
Awesome.
Okay? All right, so let's actually click back on the arrow. Okay? All right, so let's say now you have your question, your students have answered the question and they want to know if they're right. A lot of times what I would do would have the student come up and actually pull the shapes out of the way to try to find the answer. So a student could come up very easily and just drag the shape down and reveal Washington for the rest of the class to see.
Awesome.
Okay? All right, so one last thing I want to show you is something that you can do where it's not in Smart Notebook. So if you want to actually just close out the Smart Notebook, you don't need to save it. We have a math worksheet down here that you can use. Okay, so this is just basic facts. So this is a lot of fun for the kids to come up and actually write their answers on. So this is where you're going to have to use the basic toolbar over here. So click on one of the pins, probably red just so you can see. This outline will come around it, meaning you can now write on it. So they can come up and write their name, date, whatever else you have on here, okay? So a lot of times what I would do was would have kids come up, they could write some of the answers in and then check their answers. If this was like a quiz or a test or homework, they could come up and write the answers.
Really good at math, so.
Okay, so let's say you get one wrong, so you can erase it. Okay?
So not right.
That's not right. All right, so let's click on the eraser. Pick one of the smaller ones, that way it doesn't take up the whole space. So you can see the difference in the size of the eraser. Okay? So let's say you've now filled in this whole thing and you need to erase it quickly. That way another student can get up in time. If you click back on the eraser, just to make it the bigger one again, you can draw a big circle around it and then you would click in the middle and it'll erase everything on the screen. Very good.
Cool.
So it goes really fast, that way you can get more students up to use it. So that's just some of the things that you can do with your smartboard, and there's a lot more things that you can use interactively for your students.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.